Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Deborah, aka the Sunset Girl Creates, and today we are continuing to finish this top section here of American Roots by Chuck Pinson. It's 29 inches by 22 inches or 74 centimeters by 56 centimeters. We are on our final way to completion. We are using our tray from My 3D Designs, which does have the option to run 3 separate sections. I have my pin from Jim's Homemade Shop, and all the information is below. With that said, let's get started. And today we'll be reading our article from Diamond Art Club, Non-Stick Parchment Paper for Diamond Painting, Things to Keep in Mind. So parchment paper, I can't say one way or the other because I have no parchment paper. I've never used the parchment paper. I have used the release papers, but never the parchment paper. I never tried wax paper, thank God. I heard the stories about wax paper and I chose not to use it. It was easier to just go out and purchase the squares. And I could have purchased parchment squares, or I could have chose the release papers. And I've seen how parchment paper looks on the diamond paintings because Stitch Teresa used to use it all the time. And I just didn't like the look of parchment paper while I'm working on my drawing or my painting. So I made the choice to use the release papers. But we'll get into that more here shortly. It has been a rough couple days for my husband and I. He was sick again. And I haven't been feeling well, so it has not been a very easy few days. We are hanging in there, and we'll make it through it like we always do. But makes it kind of difficult at times, right? So, meaning that we never did go to lunch because I started feeling pretty bad, and I didn't look very good. My husband didn't like the way I looked, so he told me we had to stay home. And it was actually good because he ended up getting sick. And I would have hated that to happen when we were out. Other than that, there's not a whole lot that's going on. Very quiet few days. I've done the best I can to get as much work done on this painting as I can. And so that I can have it done by the end of the month. I will probably have this done. I will not get the crochet done. I'm looking at 5 days, so this is going to be some labor intensive to get this done. So I'm going to be putting a lot of time and energy into this. But I probably will still work on the cushions, just not the whole thing, right? Not make it a priority to have that done. I can make that a priority to finish during August, right? Because August is let's get everything done. So even though I just started it this month, it's still going to be a WIP in progress, right? So it's a work in progress. So it is my WIP. And I did end up changing this blue wax, and as you see, as it gets older, it gets harder to get it to stick, right? So I'm just trying to get it to finish sticking through here so that we can get done. And it's not gonna. Let me try a different set. Sometimes it just takes moving to a different set of diamonds and they'll pick up. So it's really kind of a catch and miss on that one. So since there's not a whole lot to talk about, we're going to get started on our article. Non-Stick parchment paper for diamond painting things to keep in mind. September 12th, 2020. So we're getting closer to 2021, right? And so that means the closer we get to 2021, the closer we are to finishing these articles and giving me a chance to really set some stuff that I want to do on the channel in place. So this has been very good for me to be able to do these WIP and chats with these Diamond Art Club vlogs. So let's see what's next, okay? Diamond painting can be one of the best crafting activities for adults and children, as it helps boost creativity and promote feelings of calm and focus. In fact, crafting has actually been shown to reduce feelings of anxiety and depression, as it is a great method of relieving stress and distracting your mind. Plus, you end up with a beautiful masterpiece at the end when you complete a diamond painting. If you're just getting into the art of this craft, there are some tips and tricks that you should be aware of, like using parchment paper for diamond painting. So we use parchment paper. There's different people who do use parchment papers still. More and more are moving to these release papers. But let's kind of do a comparison as we go, because we've got really a release paper we can work with here, and then I can just reline it up once we're done. So using non-stitch parchment paper for diamond painting. If you've ever worked on a diamond painting, you know some of the frustrations of navigating your canvas around the plastic protectant cover. The purpose of the cover is, of course, to protect the canvas underneath and prevent dirt, debris, and foreign objects like pet hair from sticking to it. Unfortunately, with just one large sheet as the cover, it can be difficult to work on your diamond painting as the entire canvas is exposed. Your arm may stick to the canvas as you try to work on one particular area, or since the entire canvas is exposed while you're working on it, it may pick up some of those elements you were trying to protect it from in the first place. So, first, the plastic protective cover. There are a lot of people that prefer to keep the plastic cover in place, and they use tape to hold it down, but they don't use just regular tape. They use what's it called? I have some right here even. Washi tape. They use washi tape and put their squares, and then you can literally cut right up the middle of the washi tape and lift that square up. So, and that's where cover minders and things like that really come into play. I don't use cover minders very much because I don't use the plastic cover. I will use the plastic cover if it is a big painting. And hold on, I found a hair across my way. If it is a big painting, I really like the fact of being able to have the ability to make the choices that I want to make, right? So if I want to leave the plastic cover on, I can. If I want to use parchment paper, I can. Or I can use release papers in place of that. And another thing is, if you have double-sided adhesive paintings, if you keep that paper, you can also use it on double-sided paper, on double-sided adhesive glue, so that you can just, I'm going to have to get a roller, just so you can prevent I'm trying to think. I'll come back to it. We'll get to it. For this reason, many diamond painters have turned to other materials as a way of keeping their canvas protected in a more efficient manner. This is where parchment paper comes in. Using parchment paper for diamond painting will protect your canvas as you're working on it and make it much easier to remove and cover specific areas. So you can leave your parchment paper, or you can leave your cover paper, that white clear cover paper on, and I typically do because I'll only do 2 rows of parchment of the release papers, right? And then I leave all the rest covered with the plastic until I get towards the end and I'm on the last section, and then I'll take off all the plastic and put down my release papers and work from there. So it makes it easier to remove and cover specific areas. So it's similar to parchment paper, and the difference between parchment paper and release papers is that release papers are non-stick on both sides. Parchment paper is only non-stick on one side. So it's kind of like the plastic cover, and we'll use this again, I'm sure, as we go as an example. So, but when I'm not using an example, I do want to keep my painting covered to prevent dirt or anything else coming on to the other areas. So how do you do it? So you remove the original plastic cover that comes with the canvas. Some covers are clear plastic while others are made of opaque material. Either way, you can simply rip the cover off because you're going to replace it with parchment paper. Okay, it used to be that you'd do parchment paper and you would open up your whole entire canvas and you would put you would then put parchment paper throughout and cover your whole canvas, right? And I have several that I have like that, and I wish I hadn't done that, but yeah, that's what it is. So that's why I bought new packages of release papers. However, they can be very good when you're even storing. So just be careful if it is double-sided adhesive and you are pulling that cover off to put the either parchment paper or release papers or whatever papers that you're going to replace it with. Just make sure that you take into account that you need to cover everything. Okay? And it says just rip the cover off. And with double-sided adhesive, I wouldn't really recommend ripping it off, because if you rip it off, you're most likely going to remove that glue from your canvas. So you want to be very careful when you're pulling that parchment paper. It's actually opaque clear paper, but it's also a single-sided release paper. It is made for vinyl. Double-sided adhesive is a thing that I use on my vinyl a lot. I will do a design down, and then I'll put the double-sided adhesive on my design where I want, and then I can put any kind of glitter that I want on that design. So there's a lot of benefits to all of that. Let me clear out some of these. There we go. So get non-parchment paper from your kitchen and cut into squares, or you can order parchment paper squares on Amazon. Most diamond painters prefer squares that are 4x4 or 6x6. And I prefer mine. I think they're 3x6. So it's 3 inches this way, 6 inches this way, right? So I have a 3-inch, 6-inch kind of margin right there to be able to work in, you know, so I can put my paintings down without a worry. Hold on, I'm going to stop. I'll be right back. So, note, if you're working on a particularly small canvas, you can cut your squares down into even smaller sections. This step is all about personal preference. Find a size that works for you and stick with it. So I never stick with any particular size, right? Because sometimes I want the smaller ones and sometimes I want the larger ones, right? So when I want the larger ones, they're going to be on the bigger ones, right? So I use my 3x6. If I'm not, I'll use my 2 by I don't know that I have any of these out, but they're 2x6, right? 2 inches wide, 6 inches long. And so I prefer those. Now, begin placing the parchment squares over the exposed canvas, starting at the bottom and rubbing each section to make sure it sticks. You can either try to line your square up as close to each other as possible, or you can let each square overlap. You want to start at the bottom so that your arm isn't getting stuck to the canvas as you reach over to cover the top section. So when I have my cover sheets, right, because they're all cover sheets in one way or the other, so I use the release papers. When I'm laying my squares down, I try to prep in advance what line I'm going to use on each one, as close as possible, right? So whatever line I'm going to line these up on, I make sure that I have them lined up properly. I line them up horizontally and vertically, and then I lay it down. Now see here, I've got it too low, so I need to move it up one. And that's kind of the kind of thing that you deal with when you're laying out your squares initially, right? So if I don't want to worry about that, and if I've already got these laid out, lined up the way I want them, I need to keep it on this line over here, but not necessarily keeping it up on this line over here, right? Because I just need to make sure it lays down. So now it's not. It's going to move over one. And it can be time consuming to get these set up this way. But in the end, you'll appreciate it. So I'll readjust that afterwards. It should not be overlapping those. So I usually choose the row that I want, and from that row is where I line up. So I'll usually line up from the top and make sure I have it on the right row on the top, because with this particular one, I want it to line up right at the top up there. So I'm going to lay it like this, and then I'm going to adjust it. Okay, so now I have everything covered, right? It's totally covered, everything. So all the exposed glue is covered. Okay, so voila. I can never say that word. Viola is what I call it, but I know that's not what it is. You've created a parchment paper cover for your diamond painting. Not only does this material better protect your canvas, but it makes it much easier to work on. Now you can simply pull back one square and work on the entire section while the rest of the canvas remains protected. And that's where you have your freedom, right? Because now you're removing parchment paper you're removing parchment paper, right? And I'm going to show you something. I did this on purpose, and I moved it so that it had a bubble here. And I kind of want to show you that I want this to stay straight up there. So I'm going to just lift this just enough to rub that bubble out. You don't want to leave bubbles in your release papers, okay? So I put a bubble in there just so you can kind of see what that bubble is. But mind you, when you're putting these in and you see me, I'll pull off 2 of mine, because I prefer to work on the bigger section. And since this was only half a section, I went ahead and just opened it all the way up, and I'll do that with the other 2 sections. And it gives, because as you can see, most of this area is all tree. So I'm going to get the abundance of the green and the browns done so I don't have to worry about them later, right? That's the confetti. That way when I move down, I have less confetti to work with, and I can finish the other two sections pretty quickly. And that's kind of where my brain process went, is that I could process and do the sections pretty quickly once I got the real confetti part done. So that's what I'm kind of working on, and so I'm trying to get as much confetti done as I can. So when I move down, it becomes a lot faster because I have a lot of multi-placing coming on, as we saw, because if I lift this up, you'll see that there's a lot of multi-placing coming on. And see, that's the advantages of having like release papers. You can pick them up and lay them down as many times as you want. They never lose their non-stickiness, right? And as long as you have glue to stick them to, they'll stick. So let's carry on. What's the rest of our article about? Oh, okay. What is parchment paper? Why is parchment paper beneficial for diamond painting? So I'm going to kind of bundle parchment paper and release paper in this conversation, and they're going to kind of work as the same, because whether you have a parchment paper or a release paper set up on the back of your canvas really makes a difference as to whether you're protecting your canvas or not, right? So you really want to kind of think about things like that as you're going. So, protects the canvas. The entire purpose of the plastic layer that comes with your diamond art kit is to keep that sticky canvas from getting soiled with dirt and dust. Unfortunately, with just one big sheet to cover it, debris can make its way onto the canvas anyways while you're working on it. Using parchment paper helps protect the entire canvas except for the section you're working on. So it will protect this, right? You don't see any part of my glue showing, right? So it is covered. And you can cover areas of glue that might still be open, you know? So you're still able to cover the glue areas even when you're working on them. But you know that when you are working on them, the rest of your canvas is protected. It's easier to work with. Perhaps the greatest advantage to using parchment paper and or release paper for diamond painting is that it makes your experience much easier. When working on a painting that only has the plastic cover, you'll find your arms sticking to the canvas as you lean over to reach parts of the painting that are closer to the center. Using parchment paper also prevents the plastic cover from getting caught on other things and ripping or curling around the edges. The other thing is, with the plastic cover, you also have to have some way to hold that down, whether you have a paperweight that you use, or you go on and you buy the what are the things called? Covers. They're little things with magnets, okay? So, and I'll get to it, okay? I really do apologize. It has been a rough week. I'm doing my best to get this video out so that we can stay on top of things. So I'm trying my best to keep my brain functioning as we get through this, so please bear with me. Sectioning makes painting easier. The smaller parchment covered sections can make it much easier to work on small parts of the canvas at a time. For beginners, this can be the perfect project. This can make the project feel less overwhelming by breaking it down into sections. For for more advanced painters, it's advantageous because you can knock out a small section when you have some free time without getting caught up in trying to finish the larger design in one sitting. So when I did work, I would only use the smaller release papers, and I would open one section and I would get that one section done because that's about all the time I had to work on it. Now that I'm disabled, crafting is what my doctor says she wants me to do. It keeps my hands limber. It keeps my brain active. Doing this channel really helps me by keeping my brain active, and it keeps it engaged to where I have something to be engaging about, as well as I'm learning as I'm helping everybody else learn. So there's always different things in these articles that are new to me, so I really appreciate the time that we spent doing this. So this is a pretty quick one, and I think we might go ahead and move to the next article as well, since this one was so short. Make your diamond painting easier. Using parchment paper for diamond painting is a serious crafting hack because it allows you to more easily work on your project without worrying about that dirt, dust, and pet hair that will stick to the canvas. Plus, it eliminates the need for the pesky plastic cover that seems to just rip and get in the way of your painting. The other thing about the plastic cover I don't like is if you accidentally get it turned on the wrong side or it sticks on the wrong side, it's not easy to get off. So you have to be really careful with that plastic because it is only one-sided non-stick, same as what parchment paper is. Try implementing this tip into your diamond painting routine and see if it works for you. Then decide what to do with your finished diamond painting so everyone can admire your hard work. We like to display ours in our homes and give a completed painting away as a unique gift. Yeah, I mean, it just makes life easier, right? I don't have much more. I mean, parchment paper and release papers being pretty much the same. I think we're okay, and it looks like we're gonna do full drill versus partial drill. What's the difference from September 19th, 2020? So we're going to go ahead and do two articles, and I'll probably just put two DAC articles, say below in description. Whether you're in, so this is full drill versus partial drill. What's the difference? So this is September 19, 2020. So this is a full drill, okay? You have drills that sit on the entire canvas. A partial drill is one that only part of the canvas is a diamond painting and the rest is just the painting that shows up. Okay, so those are two of the big differences, right? Whether you're a newbie to the world of diamond painting or you already got a few masterpieces hanging around your house, sometimes the terminology of this craft can get confusing, even for those who have been practicing for a while. One aspect of diamond painting that most people get caught up in is the difference between a full drill and a partial drill painting. Don't worry, we're here to help straighten things out so you can purchase the right style design for every project. Okay, so Diamond Art Club has a few partial drills, but a lot more full drills, right? And that kind of goes back to the same thing that Diamond Art Club is doing it for the masses, right? But if you go to Diamond Dots, you need to be very careful when you buy a Diamond Dots. If you want a full canvas, be careful because a lot of their canvases come as partial. Their Disney princesses have beautiful dresses, they're beautiful, but it's only the princess dress and stuff that you get to diamond paint. So make sure that when you're choosing a diamond painting that you really take and look and choose what's right for you. So what is a diamond drill? Most people who are new to diamond painting assume that the drill is some sort of tool used during the application of the diamond beads to the canvas. This is a fair assumption, but we usually associate the drill with the tool. However, this isn't the case when it comes to diamond painting. Drills simply refer to the diamond beads that you create your image. If you get confused, just replace the drill with bead or diamond. Your drills may be most important part of your diamond art kit, so be careful not to lose them. Most diamond painters save any extra drills that they have, so in case they need to make use of them on a different canvas in the future. So yeah, there's a little advantage because of the trash that you can find within the drills. You always get 20% more drills in your package to use from Diamond Art Club, and it is the same for most places. The Chinese companies may be different, but any of the ones that I've actually used, I've never had any problem and have had leftover drills. So most companies are really on board and at least give you 20% of your drills, right? So you have 20% of your drills that are extra. So people save those because you never know what might happen. You never know. Your hand might twitch and diamonds go everywhere and you can't find them all, especially if you're outside, right? So you just have to be careful with your drills because they are the most important part of the painting. If you don't have drills, you can't place them on the canvas and then be able to have it completed, right? You can't complete it if you don't have enough drills. So square versus round drills. So in diamond painting, there's two different types of drills, square and round. Some people like to alternate doing projects with square drills and round, while others have a preference. Square drills create more of a mosaic piece because the edges are able to fit perfectly together, leaving no white space between beads whatsoever. Round drills, on the other hand, are circular, so they are never able to fully cover the canvas. For some people, this can be bothersome as they prefer the completed look of a square drill canvases. But round drills are great because they give the appearance of cross-stitching, and many claim that they are easier for beginners and projects for smaller sizes. So, what is your favorite? Do you have a preference whether you like square drills or round drills? I prefer them both. Both for the simplicity of the round drills and the easiness it is to lay the drills down, as well as the ability to choose to lay down one drill or 7 drills at a time, you know? And the ability to do round drills means that you don't have to be as careful when you're laying drills with round drills as you are with square drills, right? Because round drills can go in any direction you lay them on the canvas. Square drills are not. They can only go one direction. Well, there's actually 4 directions they can go depending on which side you choose, right? So you can have up to 4. And so it's things like that you have to think about, right? So let's see, what's next in our article? So the next one is, if you've never tried either type of diamond painting before, give them both a go and see which you prefer. You can invest in diamond art kits with smaller canvases so you don't have to commit to large projects on your first time. Crafting is an excellent hobby to help unleash your creativity and improve mental health by reducing feelings of stress and anxiety. So As we've learned through a lot of the articles that we do, that art in itself is something that can relax you. It takes you to a whole nother world, right? Because whether I'm diamond painting or whether I'm drawing, I'm still in the world of the art that I'm doing. So when I choose a diamond painting to purchase, I choose because it's something that is beautiful to me or interesting to me enough that I want to see about more of it. Like, I know that ultimately my favorite diamond paintings are landscapes, right? But I like some other stuff too. I don't just like landscapes. I don't want to just do landscapes. I like to do a variety of crafts. I don't ever like to set myself up to only having one kind of craft that I'm able to do. Then it's not fun. So I use the ability to unleash that creativity, which does reduce my stress and anxiety. It helps me manage my bipolar to a certain extent, right? It lets me manage myself. It lets me manage my emotions. I don't have to let somebody else or medicine try to manage my emotions. It's something that I've learned to live with, and something I've learned to deal with, and something to become a productive member of society. And it was long, hard lessons on that one for me. I had a hard struggle with the bipolar at the beginning, and so I really look forward to doing diamond painting because it allows me to escape that world. I can go into any world I want when I'm crafting, right? My husband sometimes says, "You're too quiet." Well, it's because I'm busy doing what I'm doing. So, full drill versus partial drill, okay? So now that you have a solid understanding of the different type of drills available, we'll talk more about full drill and partial drill canvases. You can have full drill and partial drill with either square or round drills. Full drill canvases are those in which the entire canvas is covered by diamonds. So your whole picture, every part of your picture is covered with a diamond. So as we go through, we're finishing up the background, right? It's not like just the tree is green and then the background is there. You still have to put the background in by putting the other colors in. So now I've got to put the dark colors in for the branches of the trees, right? And so it's all about balance and what is easier for you, right? For drill canvases, for full drill canvases are those which the entire canvas is covered by diamonds. Partial drills, on the other hand, are canvases only partially covered by diamonds. Full drills give the diamond painting that mosaic look, especially if you're using a full drill diamond painting with square drills, while partial drills are used to emphasize part of an image. For example, if you had a partial canvas with a front porch scene and a cat in the foreground, you would want to paint the cat with drills to create a focus on that part of the image. So when this is a full image, right? This is a full design that some artist has come up in their brain and in their imagination and have designed this whole picture all for us. It's a full completed picture. It's a house, it's a fence, it's cobblestone, and it has trees behind. So it's a realistic full project to do, right? So you're doing this whole canvas. In a partial canvas, you probably would only have the house, maybe the fence, and the cats, and maybe the flags. Everything else would just be painted on there. So you're only emphasizing one part, whereas you're showing the whole picture when you do a full drill. So, our favorite partial drill diamond paintings. So, Lammy Corn, which has equal parts quirky and cute. The Lammy Corn diamond painting inspires you to embrace your true self. Add playful and colorful artwork to your home with this fun kit. White Tiger. With its piercing blue eyes, the White Tiger diamond painting is a majestic partial drill canvas. If you're looking for artwork that is both powerful and beautiful, this kit is for you. The Mysterious Muse. This partial drill diamond painting combines color and mystery for a stunning canvas. The bright florals and masks are emphasized against the black background. And then now we're going to go over their favorite full drill diamond paintings, okay? So the Milky Way Galaxy. This depiction of the galaxy visible in the night sky over an iconic natural arch in Utah's Arches National Park is a more challenging painting that creates a gorgeous mosaic thanks to the full square drills. It is pretty. Treasures of the Great Outdoors. This is one of my favorite ones by Chuck Pinson. This diamond painting features a calming scene of a cabin hidden in the woods. The Treasures of the Great Outdoors kit is perfect for nature lovers. So anybody who likes nature, like as landscapes and such, that you'll love Chuck Pinson. And Dominique Davison is right behind him. So, I mean, now I've gotten a couple of Dominique Davison's paintings, and I'm currently working on it, and it's fantastic. So, Wonderland. Fall down the rabbit hole in this unique full drill diamond painting. Wonderland is the best-selling kit created by the popular artist Manny Manzano. So, choose the style that suits you. Diamond painting is a personal activity that helps to focus your mind, ease stress, and get your creative juices flowing. When it comes to full drill versus partial drill, there's no way to diamond paint. There's no right way to diamond paint. So it's important to select the diamond art kit that speaks to you. Check out some of our latest diamond art kits with some fun new designs and seasonal canvases. So, Chuck Pinson just came out with a new one this last week. Let me see. I gotta pull it up because I need to pull it up quickly. Chuck Pinson, boo boo boo, and it's called Sierra River Fall. And I have a similar painting to this. That's Thomas Kincaid. So this is the new diamond art kit by Chuck Pinson, right? And it's got the cobblestone bridge. It's got the cobblestone walkway with the cobblestone brick wall. And then look at this beautiful cobblestone house with the waterfall in back. And look at the beautiful flowers and trees. It's just gorgeous. So it is one that I have my eye on. Sierra Falls is the one, and then this is the two that have come up the weeks before. So you have Country Roads, Take Me Home, which this is the first barn one that I saw. So you have the barn, and you have the tree with the cars, the tractor, you have a turkey here, you have a deer here. You have birds flying in the air, and look at all the mountains. The realistic silo, the smoke coming up, and there's ducks in the water. So there's a lot going on. Look, there's deer over here and a bird over here. So with Chuck Pinson, there's always a lot going on. There's another deer back there. And that's the fun part of looking at his paintings. And then this is the other one. So these are the three that are on my wish list for Christmas. So I have a Christmas wish list, are all the Chuck Pinsons. And this one is just the barn itself with the cows over here. You have the 2 silos. You have the little house back here with the tractor. You have all your ducks, your cobblestone bridge. Here's your bales of hay. So this one's a really, and there's another cabin over here. So this is a really fun one to do. So that's Christmas presents wish list. And I will just let people get what they can get for me. So the sooner I can get it out to them and let them know, they can start putting it out there and getting it ordered. Since Chuck Pinson is quick to go, they're doing much better at keeping them more in stock than they used to, which is good. They've learned to pull in more, I guess. But with that said, I think we had a great video with the 2 articles, and I hope to. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, a thumbs down is fine, but please leave a comment in the comment section below as to why you don't like it. As to go ahead and if you want to subscribe to our channel. So we have a new subscriber. Welcome to the channel. I don't like to name subscribers, but we did get another subscriber, so welcome. And so I don't like to name subscribers because I don't know all of them. Sometimes I hear the names and sometimes I don't. But if you want to hear when I upload a video, there's a little bell icon there. Go ahead and select that bell icon. It'll let you know every time I upload a video. So with that said, you all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.